Hi. Hi, my name is Brooke Batchelder, and I would like to do a presentation on the historical era of behaviorism, a past, present, and future look. Behaviorism is a foundational perspective in psychology that focuses on observable behaviors and the ways that they are learned and reinforced. And you can do that in many different ways. This came about in the early 20th century, around 1920s-ish. What is behaviorism? So, behaviorism is a psychological theory that emphasizes the study of observable behavior rather than internal mental processes. Founded in the early 20th century, it posits that all behaviors uh, are observable. So, historical background, this is John B. Watson. Um, in the early 1900s, he challenged introspective methods and established a scientific approach to studying behavior. He challenged that we couldn't scientifically know what was going on inside somebody's head. We could only go off of what we were observed and what we could quantify. So he's kind of the father of behaviorism in the switch from functionalism. Prominent figures in behaviorism include also B.F. Skinner, and he's known for his work on operant conditioning. Their contributions shape the fundamental principles of behavior analysis. So the whole point of behavior analysis is observing the behavior and then recording it. So this section delves into essential principles underpinning behaviorism, focusing on theories and explaining behaviorism and how it's learned and modified. There are several fundamental concepts. The first one, stimulus response theory. And this is a theory that says that behavior is a direct reaction to external stimuli. It emphasizes the connection between environmental changes and observable behaviors, suggesting that all actions can be understood through the straightforward cause and effect relationship. So here we at the bottom, we have the cause and effect, the bear and the guy, and he gets scared, and the bear's the stimulus. So reinforcement and punishment. Reinforcement refers to consequences that strengthen a behavior, while punishment aims to decrease a behavior's occurrence. Both methods can be possible, offering rewards or applying aversive stimuli, significantly affecting behavior modification strategies. And here we have Forrest Gump trying to get a favorable result from Lieutenant Dan with some ice cream. Classical conditioning, this is what Pavlov was famous for. Um, this is a learning process that pairs a neutral stimulus with a significant stimulus to elicit a conditioned response. This theory, explored by Pavlov, it demonstrates how behaviors can be learned through association, exemplified in his famous experiment. Um, Funny thing that I read about him, whenever I was trying to find out what kind of dogs that he used all different kinds of dogs, had no preference whatsoever, which kind of solidifies the fact to me that he really thought that this was the end all be all, that he could just do everything with conditioning. So the environment was way more important than genetic. Operant conditioning focuses on how voluntary behaviors are influenced by consequences. This is a representation of B.F. Skinner's box, and there are speakers and signals and lights and levers and things that allowed them to manipulate the environment to have a selective reinforcement and behavior modification in the mice. So I thought it was really interesting. And it even says the shock generator at the bottom and then the food pellets. So applications of behaviorism. Um, Behaviorism has significantly influenced various fields, particularly in theory education and behavior modification. Its principles guide effective strategies for improving mental health, enhancing learning, and facilitating behavior changes. Behavioral therapy, transforming lives. Behavioral therapy employs principles of behaviorism to treat various mental health disorders. Techniques such as cognitive behavioral therapy focus on modifying dysfunctional thoughts and behaviors, leading to improved emotional regulation and coping strategies. Education and learning, how minds are shaped. In educational settings, behaviorism is utilized through reinforcement and repetition. Techniques such as positive reinforcement encourage desired behaviors, helping students. Behavior modification, we use behavior modification in therapy to help change some of our habits, and we also use it in healthcare and animal training. Here we have a little puppy at the top. They trained him to give a little high five. We do that using reinforcement strategies to instill positive habits and eliminate negative ones. There have been many critiques and limitations of behaviorism. It faces scrutiny for its inadequacy in addressing internal mental processes. There's also ethical dilemmas and comparatives, and compared to the efficacy of other theories. Behaviorism primarily emphasizes observable behaviors, neglecting cognitive processes and emotions and beliefs. It means that they may overlook other important factors that should be taken into consideration for mental health. Some ethical concerns also come into play, such as conditioning and reinforcement, and can raise the questions as are the animals involved in the settings? Are they being used ethically? Are we using vulnerable populations of people to test or observe? Comparison with other psychological theories. The comparison highlights the limitations of behaviorism in explaining complex behavior when it doesn't take into account the other cognitive, biological, psychodynamic theories to make up a big picture. Modern developments in behaviorism. Behaviorism continues to evolve, integrating with cognitive psychology and influencing technology, resulting in innovative approaches. Integration with cognitive psychology approach, it addresses cognitive influences while maintaining a focus on conditioning principles, leading to more effective therapies and educational strategies. The fusion of behaviorism and cognitive psychology creates comprehensive understanding of behavior as opposed to just a singular focus. Behaviorism and technology and AI. Modern technology leverages principles of behaviorism to develop AI systems that adapt and respond based on user interactions. This application is evident in areas such as machine learning, algorithms, and reinforcement learning, kind of using that whole cause and effect thing and learning and changing and modifying behavior. Recent studies in behaviorism focus on nuances such as implicit biases and the role of environment in shaping behavior. Researchers are investigating how various reinforcement schedules affect long-term. The future of behaviorism is exciting as adapting to the digital age with applications in technology and AI, focusing on behavior modification through data-driven behavioral analytics. Its integration with cognitive psychology is paving new pathways for comprehensive understanding of human behavior. Summary and key points. I love these little cats. Behaviorism highlights the importance of environmental stimuli in shaping behavior. Key figures such as Pavlov and Skinner, and especially animal psychology, really reinforce the behavior modification. Behaviorism remains a pivotal psychological perspective, emphasizing observable behaviors over internal thoughts and continues to influence us today. Final thoughts. Behaviorism has faced a lot of criticism because it neglects other mental states and things that we should take into factor to get a good big picture, but understanding its roles in human behavior and behavioral management really gives us a lot of tools for behavior modification when it comes to therapy and animal psychology, animal training, and everything. So there you go. There's my project, The Historical Era of Behaviorism. Thanks for joining me.